Y'all, Beyoncé just stepped into the DDG versus Halle situation. And it looks like DDG is about to learn the hard way why people are scared to mess with Roc Nation and Parkwood. Halle has been in a toxic situation with DDG for a long time now. But it blew up a couple of days ago when she filed a restraining order against him and accused him of DV. Now DDG has been fighting back, claiming that Halle is crazy, a jealous ex. And honestly, it's not looking good for Halle either. But with Beyoncé in her corner, well, it looks like we're about to see the showdown of the year between these two. So let's get right into this drama. Okay, so when DDG and Halle first got together, he probably never thought he'd have to deal with being on Beyoncé's bad side. But after a messy breakup with Halle, he's now out here claiming that Beyoncé is allegedly threatening to end him if he keeps speaking on Halle. The interesting thing is, DDG is not the only one making this claim. Fans have also accused Jay-Z and Beyoncé of manipulating the situation. It's kind of hard to imagine Beyoncé taking time out of her Cowboy Carter tour to try to threaten little old DDG, but that's what he's claiming. And apparently, that's what the streets are saying too. So let's break down all these claims. There have been accusations that Beyoncé and Jay-Z allegedly interfere in the lives of their artists, which is why some fans are buying into DDG's claims. But here's the thing. These same people accusing Beyoncé of trying to cover for Halle are also the ones saying she deliberately sabotaged Chloe and Halle's careers for her own selfish benefit. Chloe and Halle are signed to Beyoncé's label, Parkwood Entertainment, so you'd think they'd be thriving, right? I mean, having Queen Bey in your corner and all the social media buzz should be a recipe for success, especially when it comes to Chloe's solo project. But here's the plot twist. Some folks are saying that Beyoncé might have actually played a part in why Chloe's album didn't perform well. Let's talk about this whole Beyoncé effect, because there's a growing sentiment that Chloe and Halle might have been set up to fail, intentionally or not. And listen, no shade. To Bey, she's an icon, period. But we gotta admit that not everything she touches outside of her own music turns to gold. We were all ready to shake our derrieres to Dion, but that fizzled out. Then came Ivy Park, which had its struggles. And now, Parkwood Entertainment? People are beginning to question whether this label is truly helping artists or just killing their shine. When Chloe and Halle signed with Parkwood, it probably felt like a no-brainer. I mean, who wouldn't want Beyoncé backing them? But now some are wondering if it was the best move for their careers. Bey is a legend, no doubt, but she's got a million things going on, from touring, her own music, business ventures, to family. It's hard to believe she has any time to really focus on developing other artists, besides Blue Ivy, obviously. And honestly, when you look at her track record as a label boss, it's kind of hit or miss. Chloe and Halle have definitely had some success, but most of the other artists signed to Parkwood haven't gone very far. Now with Chloe's album flopping, people are starting to wonder and worry that she might be following the same path as other Parkwood artists like Ingrid Burley and Sophie B, whoever they are. Meanwhile, Halle has been a bit more successful than Chloe, but most of that success has been in movies. Her music hasn't hit as hard as people expected. Even though they get a lot of buzz on social media, their music doesn't perform as well as you'd expect on the charts. Some fans have been saying Beyoncé might have sabotaged Chloe and Halle's careers on purpose, to leave the spotlight open for Blue Ivy. And with Blue shining on the Cowboy Carter stage, those rumors are only getting louder. But let's pause for a second, because it's wild that the same people who think Beyoncé signed Halle just to ruin her career are now allegedly threatening DDG because of her. Now, I'm not saying DDG is lying, because at the end of the day, Halle is still signed to Parkwood Entertainment, and it's their job to protect their artist. If there's one thing we know about Parkwood and Roc Nation lawyers, it's that they do not play.
2 days after that, I get a call from Roc Nation that says, yo, we heard you're gonna make a statement about what happened, and it'd be in your best interest if you don't make that
Interestingly,
statement.
This isn't the first time Jay-Z and Beyoncé have been accused of interfering in their artists' personal lives. Roc Nation and Jay-Z were accused of something similar when fans started talking about how Jay allegedly set up Tory Lanez to take the fall for Megan Thee Stallion's shooting. Tory himself claimed that he was threatened by someone from Roc Nation and told to keep quiet and not speak out about the case. Interview now, after Tory was found guilty, things got real wild. Jay-Z's name got pulled straight up into that drama, and suddenly folks were throwing around accusations that he bribed the jury. Tory's father, who had been outspoken this whole time, went off outside the courthouse. In a fiery speech, he pointed fingers at Jay-Z, Roc Nation, and accused them of flexing their power to manipulate the outcome of the trial. He didn't hold back either, and he straight up claimed Jay-Z played a direct role in making sure Tory got convicted.
I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Roc Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Taw and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before. They
They met with our witness.
Now Tory's Dad wasn't pulling any punches. He went as far as to accuse Jay-Z of getting to one of his key witnesses, Sean Kelly. According to him, Sean's whole vibe changed after allegedly meeting with some folks from Roc Nation. At first, Sean's testimony actually seemed to lean in Tory's favor. But later on, his tone reportedly shifted, and Tory's dad believes that this wasn't just a coincidence. He suspects Sean may have been influenced or even paid off. It was a bold accusation that only stirred up more, and Tory's camp was basically hinting that there was way more going on behind the scenes than anybody knew, painting a picture of Roc Nation quietly pulling strings to sway the outcome. Well, the whole case was already messy, but this just added another layer of chaos and controversy.
The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Taw and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before. They met on Saturday.
When Hal's situation with DDG popped up a couple of days ago, fans immediately accused her of being backed by Beyoncé. She filed a restraining order against him and asked for full custody of their son, Halo, which she got, according to reports. Hal was granted sole legal and physical custody of her 16-month-old son, Halo Saint, whom she welcomed in December 2023 with ex-boyfriend DDG. She requested sole custody of the toddler after alleging that the 27-year-old rapper, whose real name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., abused her physically and emotionally. The temporary restraining order, which requires the Twitch streamer to remain over 100 yards away from Bailey and Halo at all times, expires on the court hearing scheduled for June 4, 2025. But that's not all. She also requested an order to prevent child abduction, saying that DDG has a history of abusing her, taking away or hiding Halo from her, threatening to take away or hide Halo, and not cooperating with her in parenting. Bailey asked that the judge ordered DDG not to travel with Halo without her written permission, and to turn in or not apply for passports or other important documents for their son. If he does travel with Halo with her permission, she's asking the judge to require that DDG provide his travel schedule, copies of round-trip airline tickets, addresses and phone numbers where they can be reached, and an open airline ticket for her if Halo is not returned. However, some fans are convinced that Hal is deliberately trying to keep Halo away from his father, and that DDG is simply playing out of his league. DDG is rich and famous, but he has less influence and power than Beyoncé. And if she's really backing Hal, fans are saying DDG might want to kiss his parental rights goodbye. But if Hal's claims in her restraining order court documents are real, then DDG losing custody of his child might have less to do with Beyoncé, and more to do with DDG's own alleged behavior. Hal claimed that he was irresponsible with Halo, saying, "Daryl lacks an understanding of how his actions impact Halo. He is often verbally abusive toward me in front of Halo." She added, "On March 7, 2025, Daryl was verbally and physically abusive toward me while holding Halo during a visit to my home. He often demands to see Halo when it suits him, yet leaves Halo with his mother while he travels. He will not communicate with me about a proper schedule for Halo." She then accused DDG of inciting his fans to bully her, saying, I also asked the court to order Daryl to cease and desist from posting and/or streaming on any and all platforms about Halo and/or me, including but not limited to YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter X. He is a YouTube and Twitch blogger and creates a fan frenzy by making false claims about me. This has caused me to feel afraid and victimized. His fans then threaten me. I'm often scared for my life and Halo's safety. Free Halo has become a slogan online. She added, whenever he wishes to cause upset, he starts bad-mouthing me to his several million fans. He claims I am withholding our son and that I'm with other men. As a result, I receive threats and hate on social media. He seems to try to set up drama for his fans, and he goes live ranting about me, alleging that I'm keeping Halo from him. This is false. I have requested a set schedule, but he refuses. She also called him out for purposely stirring up trouble during her big moments, saying he had a habit of creating drama to throw her off. According to her, he pulled the same stunt at the most recent Met Gala, making the night more stressful than it needed to be. She wrote, on May 5th, 2025, the night of the Met Gala, Daryl started up again online. He went live on his Twitch channel, voicing that he was unable to see his son, implying that I was keeping Halo from him. He then created a firestorm of media around freeing Halo from me. The timing of his Twitch post was intended to ruin my night, which it did. I could not concentrate or be present at the Met Gala. I was worried about the situation again. Every time this happens, I feel scared, anxious, and worried about Halo's safety as well as my own. I have noticed a pattern of Daryl doing this when I have events related to my career, although I'm trying to work hard to provide for our son. But the really concerning allegation came when she claimed that he allegedly put hands on her, in front of their son. She wrote, on January 18th, 2025, Daryl called me and said he was coming over to get Halo. I let him into my house and asked him politely when he would bring Halo back. I have repeatedly asked Daryl to please set a schedule. He did not want to talk and refused to tell me when he would bring Halo back. The discussion continued as I walked with him outside to help put Halo in the car seat. I was buckling the baby into his seat and physically got into the back seat to adjust it. I had left my front door open and was not even fully dressed. I wasn't wearing shoes. Daryl kept repeating, "Get out of my car, B.I." She continued, "Halo," was crying. I repeatedly pleaded with him to stop calling me a B. I felt very nervous that he was taking Halo with him and was very agitated. I did not feel safe leaving a baby with him in this state. I also wanted to know when he would bring Halo back. He would not tell me. The next thing I knew, things got physical between us. We fought each other, wrestling and tussling. At one point, Daryl was pulling my hair. He then slammed my face on the steering wheel, causing my tooth to get chipped. I then stopped fighting back, as I was in a lot of pain. Y'all, this is crazy, and it has Hal's fans wondering one thing. Is Beyonce helping her protege escape a messy, toxic situation with her child? Or is she trying to bring down a successful black man and prevent him from being a present father to his son? Y'all, this is a toss-up, and I don't know who's telling the truth or whose side to be on, but I've got to know what y'all think about this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and then check out this next video.